Okay, and currently I explain about the three methodologies of the general methodology for the demand analysis for the public transport plannings. Then the last one is the so-called the general methodology utilizing the person trip survey analysis using the four-step demand forecasting methodologies. Then the next part is the last part, so the demand analysis utilizing the MUSEP database. And when the MUSEP was conducted in 2012 to 2014, I'm not sure then all of you are worked in the DOTr. Previously it was DOTC, so I'm not sure. But however, in the 10 years before, and the 1% sample sized person trip survey was conducted in this city and the Mega Manila. And first, before explain about the MUSEP database, let me introduce some study by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport and Tourism. And the project name is the Study on Applicability of TOD projects to joint crediting mechanisms. And but anyway, but I'm not sure that all of you understand about the JCM, joint crediting mechanisms. Is it to the joint crediting mechanism is to the how to transfer the mechanism about to facilitate the diffusions of low carbon technologies, including the public transport or rail transport. So there are two analyses of such kind of impact. So this study is to quantify the impact of the mass transit project and the TOD project in terms of in the field of the climate changes. So the project purpose is to analyze the methodology for calculating the GHG emission reduction by public transport project by utilizing the macro travel demand forecasting model in Metro Manila, and the MUSEP database was utilized. And the outline of JCM is mentioned in these pages. I don't explain in detail. However, I would like you to refer later. Then there is as outlines, so the zoning for this page showing the zoning of the MUSEP. In the Mega Manila is divided into the 350 zone, traffic analysis zone. And there in the Metro Manila level, NCR level, and some so-called small size, maybe similar to the barangay size zonings was conducted. And this color showing the LGU, and only the Quezon City is divided into the 4 sections. However, for the other LGUs is divided into the 1 LGU per. And you can see in the ADJOINING area, including the regions 3 and region 4A, more large size of traffic zone is applied. Then this page showing the general flow of the demand forecastings. Yes, then the demand forecasting methodologies it is called as the general methodology can be categorized into the first one, developing the base year OD table by the traffic surveys, including the house person trip survey. Second one is to develop the socio-economic framework in the populations and the workers and the students and the car ownerships by traffic zone. Yes, according by the stated traffic zone, so the socio-economic information shall be summarized. Then the third one is to, this part is better. Developing the transport network, including the road transport and the public transport. The transport network information shall be prepared in the computer-based network. And the first one is to develop the transport demand model. This one is called the core part of the demand forecastings. However, this methodology is generally called as the four-step methodologies, and the details will be explained in later. And the last one, they're utilizing this exported the future OD tables will be assigned to the existing or future computerized transport network. Then the performance indicator, for example, how many passenger ridership was expected, and how much the reductions of the transportation cost in terms of the travel time cost and the vehicle operating cost will be expected. And the third one is the impact on the fuel reductions and the GHG emission. Then the person trip survey, the person trip survey was conducted in Mega Manila several times. And I'm not sure this is the first or not. However, then the JAMSAT survey in the 1985, before I was born, some person trip survey was conducted by JICA. And nearly 10 years after, Mutis survey was conducted. Then the person trip survey with their 2%, 5% of 2.5% of sample rate was conducted. And 2012 to 40, the MUSEP survey was conducted, and which is the joint implementations by the JICA and DOTC. And the sampling rate was just 1.0%. And there is some the key issues for the quality of the MUSEP survey. Yeah, I state the MUSEP survey was conducted jointly by JICA and the local government. However, the JICA covered area is just only for the Manila cities whites, and the households, sample households is just less than 5,000. Other remaining zone was conducted by the DOTC. Then the sampling size is nearly 10 times of the JICA's portion. And it is hard to say, however, that there is some problems for the quality of the data. Yeah, and you can see that the table. Yeah, this is sample distributions according to the household vehicle ownership ratio. Then according to the samples, then the MUSEP samples, then nearly 80% of the total samples is that didn't have the motorcycle and the car. And the car owner household is just 4% of the total samples. And the 2020 NSO, National Statistical Office, has conducted some of the census survey. And there is a questions about the ownership of the the private vehicles. Then according to this result, then the vehicle ownerships of the car ownerships of the Mega Manila area is nearly 60%. So there is a huge gap between the vehicle ownerships of the MUSEP samples and the census result. Why does such kind of gaps can be was shown? is, I suppose, so there, there currently there in Metro Manila, then there high income groups who are supposed to have own their private cars will stay live in the so-called gated communities, so-called there. And in that cases, the surveyor didn't, or it was difficult for the surveyors to access their samples. And generally, the higher income groups tend to reject such kind of interview survey because they are very sensitive about their personal informations. So compared relatively, the lower income groups are usually supportive for such kind of information, such kind of survey, and the surveyors needs to pay some incentives for the participation for the surveys. But I'm not sure that this is just a ball pen or some things. However, so in that cases, only the lower income groups can answer such kind of household interview survey. As a result, there is such kind of huge gap between the MUSEP households and census result. But anyway, so I show in this calibrated the modal share, including the walking, bicycle, motorcycle, and the car, tricycle, and the jeepney. According to this result, so the nearly half the modal share of by the public transport service is kept as a half of the modal share. So this figure is much better than the other countries, as Dr. Yukawa mentions, compared with the Indonesia and Malaysia. And of course, Thailand and the other countries. So the modal share is, the public transport share is much higher than other mega cities in Asia. Then based on the household interview survey results, we need, and there are several traffic survey was conducted by JICA and other donors. And my latest one, which latest the so-called comprehensive traffic survey, which was conducted by JICA, is it was also 10 years before. However, the supplemental survey, which was conducted by follow-up survey on roadmap for transport infrastructure development for Greater Capital Region. And the outer cordon line survey, inner cordon line survey, expressway cordon line survey, and the screen line survey were conducted. Utilizing this result, so the OD tables are how do you show a trip that has a 3 modal transfer in the village? Okay, later I will answer. Okay, and based on this survey information, then the traffic as OD tables as of 2017 was developed by me, and the calibrated OD tables was assigned to the road network. And this is showing the traffic assignment results. And you can see the assignment results and the volume per capacity and the color showing the volume per capacity and the width of the line showing the traffic volumes. Then we have conducted such kind of traffic surveys, and the traffic survey results, actual traffic volumes, and assigned traffic volume by the traffic models is compared. And according to this result, showing the very, not so very, however, the reasonable correlations between the actual traffic volumes and the modeled traffic volume. So I can conclude that the traffic model, which was estimated from the household interview survey and the supplemental traffic survey, seems to show in the reasonable accuracy. It is better to answer from the Miss Eileen. How do you show a trip that has 3 modal modal share pi? How to develop? I suppose I can suppose there how I developed such kind of demand forecasting pairs. Basically utilizing the MUSEP survey. However, the MUSEP survey, household interviews, person trip survey result shall be expanded from the so-called census informations, specifically the populations and number of workers and students by traffic zone. And the number of trip information was also collected through the person trip survey. However, the trip information is also can be expanded utilizing the this time the total screen line survey also the result of the screen line survey. From the person trip survey information, the trip informations, for example, someone from Makati to Pasig, passing this river. Such kind of number of trips also can be estimated, and the number of passenger trips from the passing the screen line also will be compared with the actual traffic survey result, and this expansion factor also will be adjusted as the result. So the modal share for the citizens in Mega Manila also will be estimated. And you can see then I said in the MUSEP database of the MUSEP person trip survey, in the number of car owner household is very small. So to calibrate these OD tables, so that more expansion factor shall be introduced for car and motorcycle use trips, and later than the public transport use trips. And to clarify, the 2014 survey data from MUSEP study was used, and there was a follow-up survey done. Yes, this was used to forecast and calibrate data from. Yes. So person trip survey is needs to collect a huge number of samples, so that we can't conduct survey frequently. So to update such kind of OD table to the latest one, so that we need to conduct such kind of supplemental traffic survey result. And you can see the MMDA conducted some traffic surveys, and there some AADT, annual average daily traffic, is published per year, every year. So if such kind of information can be utilized, so that you may be able to update the traffic survey demand forecasting regularly. However, I pointed out then the MMDA's data is also not reliable. So later I would like you to share and consult with us.